Hello, America.
From Novosibirsk, Siberia to the Kremlin, where the face of Lenin was replaced by a cross, Rick Amato Ministries is having an impact in Russia. Ever since he was a boy, Rick Amato dreamed of the day he would bring the message of the cross to Russia. The Red Devil of communism stood tall, a formidable opponent, and yet Amato knew his God could bring this giant to its knees. He began by smuggling Bibles into Eastern Europe, packing them with tracts carefully into a suitcase as he made one contact with an unregistered church. Amato had no idea what God had in store for him that eventful evening, and he was terrified as he was ushered under the cloak of darkness to a secret church meeting located in a Soviet high-rise. That night changed Amato's life. He saw a flicker of freedom in the eyes of the people who had struggled so long under the tyranny of communism. And now, as Lenin lay frigid in his tomb, Amato dedicated the rest of his life to bringing the message of the cross to that once spiritually impoverished nation. Eventually, Amato met Alexander Semchenko, the head of Protestant publishers, and together they formed a joint venture. Soon, national television in Russia began to cover Amato's ministry, beginning with 120 Minutes, the Russian equivalent to Good Morning America. They were amazed at the genuineness and sincerity of this young Christian minister from the United States. Amato was also interviewed by Russia's Channel 1 and had an opportunity to share the gospel with an estimated audience of 100 million. Promotion came from all levels, not only on the streets, in newspapers and magazines, but even in the air, promoting mass evangelistic rallies featuring this young preacher from America. Amato's goal is to bring 1 million Bibles to Eastern Europe, not just printed and shipped, but personally distributed. In addition to Bibles, medicine and vitamins are being shipped through RamCare, a division of Rick Amato Ministries, providing desperately needed antibiotics and health care to children. Amato's ministry took him into the public schools, first to high school, then the University of Moscow. Soon the church began to embrace his ministry, beginning with the Moscow Baptist Church. Eventually, thousands of Soviet citizens attended massive evangelistic campaigns scheduled in meeting places like Zvazny Hall, Olympic Stadium, and finally, the Kremlin, in the largest Christian crusade yet conducted in all of Russia. In attendance were 50 members of Boris Yeltsin's staff, along with several members of his own family, and over 23,000 people stood to accept Jesus Christ as their personal Lord and Savior. One wonders if Boris Yeltsin has any idea of the impact that Jesus will have on the Soviet nation. Amato's contacts soon began to reach into the pinnacles of power in Moscow, beginning with Yeltsin's protege, Andrei Sadelnikov. And then,
I've been told that what you are doing, that your message is very important. And I would like to salute you on this basis. All my life I dreamed of the day I would bring the message of the cross to Russia.
Всю свою жизнь я мечтал о том дне, когда я приду в Россию с христианской проповедью.
Because of you,
И благодаря вам
it happened.
это произошло. So what you are doing in this field and what you are trying to convey to people to whom you address your message is very important. Because this is a complex society, and some people think that now that the old system is gone, their whole way of life is gone, and they've lost ground under their feet. So that's why it's all
Надо это делать с тем, чтобы вообще не остаться на обочине.
But we have to do it, we have to reform, because if we don't, we become sidetracked. We would be on the sidelines of the entire global civilization.
It's my mission. It's my mission. Because it will be reformed one individual at a time. But that's not a global.
So while you've witnessed the miracles that you've seen happen in the Soviet Union, I want you to know the greatest miracle is me and you and what God can do in our own lives.